So today's challenge is Origins, but I'm stuck in the worst room, and this is a challenge that I've done a lot of times on a lot of different maps, but let me explain the rules. So once I hit round 10, I have to go into the worst room, which I decided for this map is this tiny little room right outside spawn. It is very small, has 2 doorways and a drop down, so yeah, it's pretty terrible. And once I hit round 10, I cannot leave it for the rest of the game. So I have 10 rounds to get set up, then I'm stuck for the rest of the game. And the round goal for this will be round 25, since 20 is too easy, and 30 is usually a little too difficult, since that's when most of the guns get pretty weak, or just completely run out of ammo. Also, for this map specifically, I decided to not allow the upgraded staffs, simply because if I did, then I could just upgrade the ice staff and just sit still, and probably get to like round 50, and it wouldn't even be that much of a challenge, and just wouldn't be entertaining. So I think it would just be more interesting if I just don't use the upgraded versions of the staffs. But let's get into the game, where I started off just using the double points to maximize my points, since there's a lot of stuff that I need to open on this map to get fully set up. And after that, I went and I turned on Gen 2 as well, since obviously I'm going to want to pack a bunch. And on the same round, I went around, grabbed some shield parts, and turned on Generator 4, then built a shield in the bottom of this workshop building and grabbed it. And then after that, I used my Mauser on a full horde for a little bit to just get as many points as possible so that I could then turn on Generator 5 and buy Jug. And for one of the few times in my life, I'm actually not buying Stamina up on Origins, since the majority of the game I'll be in that tiny little room, and obviously I don't really need Stamina up in there since I can barely even run around. And then I turned on Generator 6 and decided to go for the Lightning Staff, since out of all the unupgraded versions of the staffs, the Lightning Staff is probably the best. And I did consider getting Wind, but it doesn't have that much ammo unupgraded, and I just really don't like waiting for the robots to show up to actually get the parts. So I decided to go for Lightning, and also I just kind of like Lightning. It was one of the first staffs I ever built, and I just used to really like it. And I also got the second lightning staff part this round, but unfortunately, since I don't have stamina up, I wasn't able to jump down and get back onto the tank to get the third part. I actually don't even know if it's possible to do that without stamina up. I got pretty close, but I just couldn't because no stamina up. And after a little bit more point maxing with the Mauser, I had enough to pack punch it and get the Boomhilda, which had a decent amount of ammo and is really good at killing panzers, so it was pretty much just a no-brainer to get it. And next round, I took the tank to get the last part I needed for the lightning staff, but I still need to go get the music disc, and I completely forgot it even existed, so I wasn't focused on it at all. And I also decided Speed Cola would be a good perk to have since the room is tiny and I'll just be camping, so reloading faster will be really helpful. Then on round 8, the first Panzer the game spawned in, but I killed it really easily because I have the Boomhilda and that thing can shoot fast, and it like 5 shots the Panzer. Then on round 9, I wanted to hit the box just once to see if I'd get lucky and get monkeys or a Mark II, but I ended up getting the War Machine, so I decided to just hit it again, and then I got the DSR back, so I decided to hit it one more time, and I got the War Machine again, so the box was just being very nice to me. And then I finally remembered that I needed to go get the music disc for the lightning staff, so I grabbed it, then I went through the portal and grabbed the little crystal, then I went to the middle of the map and built the staff, so now I have the guns that I need and I just need to get perks. And since I don't really have that many points, I was just going to hit the Wonder Fizz once and take whatever it gave me, then go and get Quick Revive, but the Wonder Fizz ended up just giving me Quick Revive, so I just took it. And so I hit it again for a 4th perk, and I got Electric Cherry, which honestly for this challenge is pretty good since I'll basically just be camping, so stunning zombies when I reload can actually help. And yes, I know that on this map when you go down it shocks all the zombies and will like surround you with them, but considering I'll be stuck in the room, if I go down I'm probably just screwed anyway because I can't get perks back, and I'll have the Boomhilda when I'm down to kill the zombies that surround me anyway. And I let the last zombie of round 9 break my shield so that I could have a brand new full health shield before I enter the room, because once I go in there, I can't leave and get a new one once that one breaks. And so now it's time to kill the last zombie of round 9 and officially start the challenge. So the boundaries are just the little doorways into this room, and I'm stuck here for the rest of the game. As soon as round 10 started, the Templar zombie started stealing a generator, which I obviously can't do anything about since I can't leave the room, so I basically just have to sit there and just let them take all the generators, and I can't even get their max ammo. And also, claymores are in this room, so I bought them and just placed them behind me later to, catch any zombies that might overrun me. These early rounds while the lightning staff is one-shotting are pretty easy since this thing has a ton of ammo, so I don't really need to worry about it, and I can pretty much just spam it anytime any zombies come in here. Then on round 13, the Panzer shows up, and I was playing with no game audio like I always do, so I didn't realize he even showed up until he was right in my face, but the Boomhilda took care of him pretty quick anyway, and I was fine. And the only downside of my weapon setup is that I don't have an automatic gun to use for insta-kills, so when I would get one, I would just have to like throw grenades out the door and then just knife any zombies that got close to me because I didn't want to just spam my ammo on insta-kills since my guns were one-hitting anyway. And now going ahead to round 18 where another Panzer showed up, but this time there were a bunch of zombies around, so I couldn't switch to the Boomhilda and I had to just spam him with the lightning staff, but that was still able to kill him pretty fast before he could get to me. And since the Panzer dropped a max ammo, I just spammed a bunch of lightning staff shots to get through the round quicker. And at about round 19, I was starting to notice the spawns getting faster, and it was getting harder to use the Boomhilda since I have to be precise and hit headshots with it, and I can't do that when the zombies are coming from 2 different doorways and dropping through the roof right in front of me, so I wasn't really using the Boomhilda that much anymore. Also, the lightning staff is a 2-shot to kill now, so I have to spam it just a little bit more to get kills, which isn't really a huge deal, but the spawns are getting faster and my guns are getting weaker, so if I want to get to round 25, I really need to hope for some good drop luck. And you can really see how hard it is to camp with the Boomhilda here, where I try to at the start of the round and get overrun pretty quickly and need to switch to the lightning staff to save me. Then, for some reason after that happened, I decided to try and use the Boomhilda again, and it instantly started not going well, and I got backed into the corner again and got red screened. But luckily, I still had my shield and got my staff out and spammed some shots and was able to recover from that. Then on round 22, pretty early into the round, a zombie dropped down and got me stuck for a second, but I got out. Then the Panzer showed up right as that happened, but I was able to just spam him with the lightning staff and kill him right as I need to reload, so the timing there was just absolutely perfect. And since the Boomhilda wasn't that great anymore, I started using it only at the start of the round to hold them off for a little bit until I got overrun, then switched to the staff. And since the lightning staff stuns zombies and I have electric cherry, I'm able to pretty much just sit here and spam pretty easily without getting swarmed and dying. And just a little bit later, I finished up round 24 and hit my goal of round 25, which I really didn't expect to do first try since this room is pretty awful, but I guess before I was playing, I just kind of underestimated how much ammo and how actually good the lightning staff is. Then on round 25, I moved around a little bit when I was reloading and a zombie got literally stuck on my head for a second, and I got stuck but got out with the Boomhilda and grabbed a nuke. Then a nuked zombie dropped me an insta-kill, which helps out a little bit, but since I don't have an automatic weapon, it's not really that helpful. It's just like throwing grenades and just trying to knife, but I end up having to use my guns anyway. Then on round 26, I got another insta-kill, but I had a zombie blood right next to it, and I accidentally picked it up, so most of the newly spawning in zombies just ran away from me, and I barely got any kills with the insta-kill. But I still got through round 26 without many issues, and I hadn't really run into any ammo issues at all yet, so I started to think I could probably get to round 30. But all the confidence I had went away pretty quickly when the Panthers showed up on round 27, and I made the horrible decision of swapping to the Boomhilda to try and kill them, and I got surrounded and then died because the Panzer exploded after I killed it. But luckily, there was an insta-kill right next to me that I grabbed as soon as I got up, and I used it and just spammed the staff so I didn't just immediately die when I got up. And as soon as the insta-kill ran out, one of the first zombies I killed dropped a nuke, so I grabbed that, and after zombies started spawning, I once again tried to use the Boomhilda and almost died to a zombie that dropped down right next to me, but I turned so it hit my shield and got the staff out, and those ended up being the last zombies of the round, so there was still hope to make it to round 30. But now the main issue is that I don't have speed cola or electric cherry, so I can't spam the staff that well, and since my reload is slow and I'm not stunning the zombies when I start reloading, it's really hard to actually use the staff. And so when I started trying to camp again like I was earlier, I pretty quickly went through my ammo and had to reload and got backed into a corner, and my shield broke as soon as I went into the corner and I died pretty much instantly. So the game ended at round 28, which I'd say is actually pretty good for that room, and I beat my original goal of round 25, but just barely fell short of round 30. But anyway, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.